Hello and welcome to Old Charles, the show where we uncover the stories behind the coins in your pocket change. Today, we're diving into a coin that sits at a fascinating crossroads in history. A coin that was the end of an era, but the beginning of something new. A coin that nearly every Australian household has seen, but one that holds a secret about its true value. We're talking about the 1966 2 shilling coin. You might have one in a jar somewhere. Your grandparents might have given it to you. It looks and feels like a proper, old-school coin. But is it worth a fortune? Is it a rare hidden gem? The answer is, complicated. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what you have. First, let's set the stage. Before the 14th of February, 1966, Australia used the British system of pounds, shillings, and pence. It was a complicated system. 12 pence to a shilling, 20 shillings to a pound. The 2 shilling coin was a workhorse of this system. It was a large, silver coin, and it had been in circulation for decades. But in 1966, Australia made the monumental switch to decimal currency, the dollars and cents we know today. Now, here's the key part. To make the transition easier, the new Royal Australian Mint decided that some of the old coins would continue to circulate, but with new decimal values. The old round, silver 50-cent piece. Too similar to the new 20-cent coin, so it was withdrawn. But the old 2 shilling coin. It was given a new job. It was revalued as 20 cents, and this is why the 1966 2 shilling coin exists. It's not a decimal coin in design, but it was a decimal coin in practice. It was minted in 1966 to be used as 20 cents from the very first day of decimal currency. It's a relic of the old system, pressed into service for the new one. Let's get up close and personal with this piece of history. On the obverse, we have the portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II. Here's the reality check. The Royal Australian Mint struck 36.45 million of these coins. That's a massive number. It is, by no means, a rare coin. If your coin is circulated, if it's been in someone's pocket, has scratches, where on the high points of the Queen's cheek or the kangaroo's ears, then its value is generally not much higher than its melt value. For a typical circulated 1966 2 shilling, you're looking at a value between $8 and $15 AUD, depending on the exact silver price and how nice the coin looks. A coin dealer might sell one for $15, but they might only offer you $8 or $9 for it. It's a very common date that a stunning, brilliant uncirculated coin is shown under a light, flashing and sparkling. Then, a cut to an even more spectacular proof coin, with mirror-like fields and frosted devices. This is where things get interesting. While millions were made for circulation, a smaller number were saved in mint-sealed packs, and an even smaller number were struck as special proof coins for collectors. A brilliant uncirculated, BU, example, with its original mint luster, no scratches or wear, can be worth $20 to $40 Australian dollars, but the crown jewel is the proof version. These were struck on specially prepared planchets with polished dies, giving them a mirror-like background and frosted, standout design. They often come in their original presentation case, circulated ** 36 million plus value, $8 to $15 uncirculated, BU, value, $20 to $40 proof ** approximately 17,000 value, $100. $250 in 1966 proof 2 shilling in its original case can easily fetch over $150, and for a perfect one, even more. So, if you have one that looks like it's never seen the light of day and is in a special case, you might have a very valuable coin indeed. Alex holds up a coin to the camera with a Mythbusters style graphic behind them. False. As we've learned, it was meant to be a transitional coin. All 36 million of them say 2 shillings. It's what makes it cool, but not what makes. Igned by Arnold Machin. This is the same classic portrait you'll find on UK coins of the era and, crucially, on the very first Australian decimal coins. It features a gracefully detailed effigy of the Queen wearing a tiara. On the reverse, we have the magnificent Australian coat of arms, designed by George Kruger Gray. This is the same design that had been on the 2 shilling coin since 1938. You see the shield of the 6 states in the center, supported by the kangaroo and the emu, two native animals that, famously, cannot walk backwards, symbolizing a nation moving forward. Above them, the Commonwealth Star, composition ** 50% silver, 40% copper, 5% nickel, 5% zinc, cupronickel, weight ** 11.31 grams diameter ** 28.5 millimeters edge ** milled, reeded, that's right. This 1966 coin, unlike most of our modern change, contains 50% silver. That fact alone is the starting point for its value. Alex is now seated at a desk, with the coin under a lamp. A graphic titled Value Breakdown appears on screen. Alright, the moment you've been waiting for. You've rummaged through the drawer and found your 1966 2-shilling piece. What is it worth? We need to break this down into 3 categories. 1. Melt value, 2. Circulated value, and 3. Uncirculated and proof value. As we said, this coin is 50% silver. With 11.31 grams total weight, that means it contains about 5.65 grams of pure silver. The value of this coin will always be at least the value of that silver. When the spot price of silver is, say, $40 per troy ounce, this coin's melt value is around $7 to $8 AUD. So, right off the bat, your 1966 2-shilling coin is worth significantly more than its face value of 20 cents. It will always be worth more than a modern 20-cent coin because of its silver content. Side-by-side comparison of a heavily worn coin, scratches, faded details, and a lightly circulated coin, shiny, but with some bag marks, now bit more nuanced. There are no major, widely recognized striking errors like double dies or off-centers that command huge premiums for this coin. The main thing collectors look for is quality. A flawless, mint-state coin is that error. In a way, the error was not spending it. However, always check the obverse. Look for any unusual marks, or a misaligned strike. While exceptionally rare, anything out of the ordinary could potentially add a premium, but for this coin, condition is king. 1. Luster * tilted under a light. Does it have a cartwheel-like, shimmering effect? That's mint luster and means it's uncirculated. 2. Contact marks * are there little nicks and bag marks from other coins? Fewer marks mean a higher grade. 3. Where * check the highest points, the queen's hair and cheek, and the kangaroo and emu. Is the detail sharp, or is it worn smooth? So, what's the final verdict on the 1966 2-shilling coin? It is not a rare coin. It will not buy you a new car. But it is a piece of history, the very last coin of its kind, the final 2-shilling piece ever minted for Australia. It's a tangible link to the day Australia said goodbye to the pound and hello to the dollar. For the vast majority of us, its value is in its silver content and its historical significance. It's a fantastic, affordable piece of Australian numismatic history that anyone can own. It's a common rarity, an item that is everywhere, yet tells a story of a bygone age. So, don't expect to retire on it, but do appreciate it for what it is, a beautiful, silver farewell to the old system. For over 150 years, since the earliest days of British colonization, Australia used a currency system based on the British pound sterling, pound SD. This was a complex, non-decimal system. Calculations were cumbersome. For example, if an item cost £2/15/6, £2, 15 shillings, and 6 pence, and you wanted 3 of them, the maths was not straightforward. By the mid-20th century, as global trade and commerce modernized, this system was seen as archaic and inefficient. The push for decimal currency in Australia gained serious momentum in the 1950s. After much debate and a public competition to name the new currency, rejecting suggestions like Royal and Austral, the government announced the plan, New Currency Unit ***, the Australian dollar subdivision ** 100 cents to the dollar commencement date ** 14 February 1966, C-Day, Conversion Day. A major challenge for the newly established Royal Australian Mint, which opened in 1965 to produce the new decimal coins, was ensuring a smooth transition. They needed to avoid a coin shortage while the old system was phased out. The solution was to integrate some of the old coins into the new system by giving them new decimal values. The old penny and threepence were withdrawn. The old sixpence would circulate as 5 cents. The old shilling would circulate as 10 cents. The old 2 shilling, or florin, would circulate as 20 cents. This is the crucial context for the 1966 2 shilling coin. It was the last coin of the pre-decimal series, but it was minted in 1966 specifically to be used as a 20-cent piece from C-Day onwards. The coin was identical to the pre-decimal 2 shilling coins, the florin, that had been minted for decades. Obverse, heads ***, the portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin. This was the same portrait used on the new decimal coins, creating a visual bridge between the old and new. Reverse, tails ***, the Australian coat of arms, designed by George Kruger Gray, featuring the shield of the 6 states supported by a kangaroo and an emu. Composition ***, cupronickel, 50% silver, 40% copper, 5% nickel, 5% zinc. This was the standard for pre-decimal silver coins from 1946 onwards. Edge ***, reeded, milled. To ensure there were enough 20-cent pieces in circulation, the Royal Australian Mint produced a staggering 36.45 million 1966 2 shilling coins. This enormous mintage is the primary reason why, despite its age and silver content, it is not a rare coin today. From February 14, 1966, the 1966 2 shilling coin circulated alongside the new, round, copper-nickel 20-cent coins. For a time, Australians had two completely different-looking coins representing the same value. However, this created a problem. The 2 shilling coin, with its 50% silver content, had an intrinsic metal value that began to creep towards and eventually exceed its 20-cent face value, especially as silver prices rose in the late 1960s. This led to hoarding and melting. People began to pull these silver coins out of circulation to sell for their bullion value or to save as a hedge against inflation. This is a classic example of Gresham's law: bad money drives out good. The less valuable copper-nickel 20-cent coins stayed in circulation, while the more valuable silver 2 shilling coins disappeared into jars and private collections. While never officially demonetized, the 1966 2 shilling coin, and all other pre-decimal silver coins, effectively vanished from daily use by the early 1970s. The 1966 2 shilling coin is historically significant for several reasons. 1. The last of its kind, ***, it is the final pre-decimal coin ever struck for Australia, marking the end of the pound SD system. 2. A transitional hybrid ***, it is a unique artifact that physically embodies the changeover, bearing the designs and specifications of the old world but minted for use in the new. 3. A common treasure ***, its high mintage means it is one of the most accessible pieces of Australian numismatic history. Nearly every Australian family has or had one, making it a personal and tangible link to a pivotal moment in the nation's past. 4. A silver relic ***, it is a reminder of a time when everyday circulating coinage had intrinsic value through its precious metal content, a practice long since abandoned.